Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center and welcome to the world of magic and miracles as we once again meet and connect through these broadcasts. It's so cool. It's like information flows in and builds through the week for me, and then I get to deliver it, and then it's gone. And then more comes in when I make space. I can feel the support of all the beings, Simeon, the masters, my twin, and my creator as I sit here. And it's a glorious feeling. There's always a feeling of something more coming, something new, something perfect that we're bringing into the physical. And what I felt was I was bringing me from the future. And I feel like that's what's happening to each of us, along with whatever gifts and abilities, changes for the betterment of humanity. But it's growing so fast, it's hard to keep track of. But it's so perfect. You wake up one day and you're not the same. You're new. Your life is different. And you flash back to the moments in your life when you felt that. You arrived somewhere, you didn't know how you got there. And it's a picture of being looked after, always being looked after, always being supported, just as I am now, ushered into a place where I'm needed, where I'm supposed to be, where I'm fulfilled, where I can give, which is my heart's desire. And when that desire meets with your action, a new life is born. A new world is created. So I can feel me coming, even as I look at me in the screen. I remember when I was 16 and I was at my grandmother's house, living there with my brother. And I was in the bathroom and I looked in the mirror like normally and I said, "I'm David Best." And I said it a couple times and I could see the me calling me David Best. And I went and yelled at my brother, "Bobby, come here. Stand in front of the mirror. Say I'm Bobby Best." And he did. And he was like, "So what's that?" And I said, "Do it again." And he didn't have that experience. But I'm beginning to remember myself everywhere in the places that I've been in Jerusalem, in Atlantis, in Egypt, in Camelot. It's me. I was there. And I can see others that were there with me. And I'm bumping into them in my life, whether they know it or not. So that's what's coming. And for each of us, we're arriving. And it's perfect because it's time for that to happen. I don't know why. It doesn't matter. But I know it's for humanity. And it's like a switch being switched on. To arrive at where you were always heading. Without explanation. I saw something flash on my YouTube screen a few days ago, maybe a week ago. I'm not too connected with astrology or numbers, but the number 22 has a connection. It's my twin, it's my brother, it's an entity, and it's always popping up. And I'm reminded that I'm looked after, along with other things. But I saw that tomorrow, the 22nd of October, 2022, Venus is moving into Libra for the first time in 250 years. And where it has been under the influence of Mars energy, which is more combative. And now it's going into love and harmony, creativity. And they describe this alignment every 250 years of Venus being in direct line with the sun and a direct line with the earth. And that the sun moves through Venus and the energy transfers to earth. And that's another picture of something coming. Because there are multiple layers of things that are coming. And more importantly, things that we are bringing. It talked about Venus every 9 months creating a star pattern that's the most beautiful to behold. It's the pattern of a star. So I'm sure there'll be things arriving here that are connected to love and harmony. Because one of us has moved Venus to that spot. I was out at the store the other day, and there's an airport nearby, and the planes fly over, and I looked up, and I saw the plane taking off. And I put my hand up, facing up under the plane to give it lift and to secure its flight for no reason But what I saw was that that's what we can do. And because I know I did it, it was done. And we see these things in the movies. We see the superheroes doing that same thing, but there's an image of the energy that we can see when they show it in the movies. And we can say, look at that. He's got energy that's holding up the plane. But when we do it, there's no visual imagery in this density. But maybe some people can see it. But we're superheroes. We're not from here. The physical laws that hold whatever it holds, our vibration is beyond it. If we just live it from a knowing. And you'll feel like you're walking on air after that. You'll bounce around because nothing has any hold over you. And that's the imagery and the feeling of me coming and you coming. These kind of things will become more commonplace if they're not already, where you find yourself outside of time and space, the physics of the earth, gravity, and things that you do are like a superhero. But it's only that because that's how they've been portrayed. But they're normal. Because our vibration, our true vibration, can move all matter. So it can lift a plane. It can move a car. It can move a person. And you can move yourself. I just was at a tennis lesson and I was teaching a woman how to serve. And I said, your tempo is too fast. Slow down your motion. And I said, 1, 2, 3. And she fell into the tempo. And she made 6 serves in a row. And she turned and looked at me. But she didn't know I saw her. And I said, where did you go? And she said, I feel like you just added time to my life. She saw in that little moment that she had so much time in her life, that she had been running on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then she started on 1, 2, 3. And all the moments of time appeared back to her. And I just smiled. And I said, yeah, I've been known to stop time with a smile. She didn't hear me. That was pretty cool. So I'm going to read these words that I also saw in a moment. says every moment is a thread to a moment that was created from the world beyond worlds, from the beginningless beginning, stretched forward or backwards from a trillion light years away, created just for you with a love that you cannot fathom, but a love that you actually are. Feel the big picture standing behind every moment, and you will see your Creator and the world of your Creator staring at you as if looking in a mirror. For you and He will be one, and He will be where you are, and you will be where He is. And from there, you can go and change the world. So every moment, if you step back, has been delivered from lifetimes ago just for you, just to tell you to look up at a plane, just to tell you you've been everywhere, you're everything. It can happen when you walking down the street and you see a piece of paper on the ground and you bend over to pick it up just to get it off the ground. And there it is, from a trillion light years away, a message that was so lovingly orchestrated to come to you, to show you yourself. Everything in your life is doing that for you. We are just so loved. The door. Just stop for a minute and stand in the stillness. Stand in the space between thinking and doing. Yes, right there. You know the place. Now listen and feel. Here exists a completely different world. Feel the embrace of the nothingness, and you can feel its love for you. Now just listen to the sound, words, ideas, wisdom, truth, inventions, and music that are coming from this place, this space between thinking and doing, this nothingness, this void. Listen and hear the answers to all your unanswered questions. This is the world of spirit, your origin, and the world of your Creator. In one still moment, you can see the small door that leads to the world that exists right beside this physical dimension. A door that is always there, slightly propped open, enticing you to enter, beckoning you to come. There was a scene in the movie Men in Black when Will Smith's character was led to a door in a room in the MIB headquarters. And when he opened the door, he was blown away by what he saw. Infinite universes, galaxies, and civilizations, and the bigness of Earth was reduced to a grain of sand. His worldview just went, holy shit. This is the door that stands waiting for us. And when we enter, if only for a second, our worldview and our view of ourselves will have changed forever. Even with the thought of the door, you will reach the threshold where there is immense peace and love, so that even the thought of the door will change your life. When you finally are able to step inside, all that I spoke about earlier will be revealed and all that you have ever known and all that you have ever thought about yourself will be seen through a completely different lens. And there will be a new past, a true past. And the old past, from the limited perspective that you had before you entered the door, will have never really existed. It only existed because that was all that you could see. The perception of reality in the world of thinking and doing is the complete opposite of the true reality that you will experience when you enter the door. The world of nothingness, of everythingness, of no time and space, the home of creation. We are all going home. We are all going home. Enter the door. We are all going home. Last week I spoke about the ocean, and so I wrote some more words about that. This is called the ocean. You are a part of the ocean, which means you are the ocean. You have always been the ocean, and there is nothing that you can do to change that. You can't earn it by doing something good, and you can't lose it by doing something bad. It just is. First, we think we're free, then we know we're free. Then we think we're love, then we know we're love. And finally, we think we're the ocean, and then we know we're the ocean. And then our life reflects this knowing with a constant transmission of peace, balance, and harmony. This is the transformational journey that each being is on. There's nothing to teach and nothing to learn. It is simply remembering that you and everyone else are the ocean, and then living as if you know this with every fiber of your being. When this happens to you, and it most certainly will, you will never see life or any person in this life the same, for you will have returned to the home of your true reality and nature, and love will be your only identity. Nothing is ever hidden. There is always someone who can see what stage of this journey you are on, for they are shepherds, lovingly looking after the sheep. They see the 2 steps forward and the 1 step back as we meander along the path toward the realization of who we truly are. They can see when the transformation within your journey sometimes makes you more critical and impatient for the transformation of another. And they can see when the disturbances of this physical plane demand your attention and cause you to doubt that you have come what you have come to know. In spite of this, they wait patiently, without judgment, for you to come to the place where you are separated from all human measurement and comparison and the anxiety that rides on the back of these 2 characters. Measurement and comparison will be transcended when you all of a sudden realize you don't even notice another person's activity, even when it is directed at you. And when you no longer recognize the disturbances which used to so easily cause you suffering. For you will be too busy living the glorious life of the ocean, where your life is aglow and everything you see is magical. And when this happens, you may find yourself becoming more like a fairy than a human, sprinkling stardust on everyone and everything wherever you go. There have been a million lifetimes of not love and judgment, and there will be a million more. It is a part of the balance of everything, and without it, you would not have the opportunity to become love and non-judgment yourself. You would not have had the opportunity to find out that you have the courage, ability, and power to love what appears to be unlovable. Look inside, and you may find that in one of the aspects of you, there may be something that you consider unlovable, and you must find the courage to not judge it and love it. All these things and more are on the road to your transformation, and they are perfect. Remember, there is only one ocean, and when it is stirred up by a mighty wind, there is turmoil and turbulence, a powerful undertow that can cause you to fight, thrashing and kicking to stay alive. The lifeguards at the beach will tell you not to swim against the rip current. This will only use up your energy. Instead, swim along the shoreline until you escape the current's pull. When free from the pull of the current, swim at an angle away from the current towards shore. The you that has transformed is so strong, fearless, and powerful. Powerful because of the place of knowing where you now live. The knowledge that the storm will pass and the waves will return to their tranquil state is now rooted inside you. But also know that in the wake of the storm, something new has arrived. Space was made from the turmoil and turbulence. A balance was established, and we have moved to a new place. And now we can begin to build anew. But balance is always standing guard, awaiting the command to appear and bring the so-called bad when there is too much so-called good, or bring the so-called good when there is too much so-called bad. Balance is always standing guard. Remember, we are the ocean, eternal, omnipotent, and omnipresent, powerful beyond measure, and we have never been born, and we can never die. We are simply the ocean, the source, the creator, God, the I am, and the all that lives and exists everywhere. In this dimension, I am an expression of that truth, and so are you. This is the grandest truth of them all. And now you are remembering it to be so. You are the ocean, and you love you. Therefore, you love me. I am the ocean, and I love me. Therefore, I love you. So by your life, deliver this message at all times, no matter where you go, and you will change the world. And finally, this, you've got a friend. I am everywhere. I am in the trees you touch, the grass that you walk upon, the flowers that make you say, wow. I am in the fragrance of the rose, the wind that blows your name, the air that you breathe, and the sun that shines upon you. I am in the music that you hear, the food that you eat, and the water that you drink. I am in the smile on your face and the twinkle in your eye. I am in the sound of your laughter, the mischief in your words, and all the jokes ever told. I am in the joy of your heart, the excitement of a moment, and the sadness of your loss. I am in the bliss of a kiss and the touch of a hand. I am the voice of Source, speaking as the physical representation of the one energy known as Creator. I am in every question, and I am every answer. I am in everything, and I am in you. I am your friend. the one who only wants the best for you, the one who wants nothing in return, only your happiness and joy. I stand at the door with arms open, celebrating you and your majesty, power, and beauty, and reminding you of the perfection and harmony that exists in our union. Think of me. Think of me always, and the light in you will lead the way into the new world. I am always here, and just as the song says, you just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call, and I'll be there. You've got a friend. Ain't it good to know you've got a friend? Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Thank you for being my friend. And now I just send and wish you and everyone a perfect life, perfect health, and a magic future. I am David.